Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. Happy New Year! Happy 2020. Now let the beginning of this new decade be the defining moment of you. Alright? You got a whole decade to get it right. Now, check this out. Shout out to Foota Hype, man. So, this whole video right here, you're gonna get about 10 videos, and it's our 10 last and hottest videos that you might have missed something with. So let's start out with Foota Hype being in ICE custody, U.S. immigration custody, and after he got arrested, everybody started talking. One of the biggest talks is that it has something to do with his wife, and his wife being a serial marrier. Like, she married people all the time. This, I think, is her third marriage in the county and state that she is in Florida. Something flagged a red flag on U.S. immigration authorities as far as Foota Hype's immigration papers were concerned. And as he was coming off of the Jamrock cruise, he was making his way back into the United States of America. So upon re-entry is when he was held, turned into arrested and confined, because he is currently still sitting in ICE prison, as we call it, right? So far, what the issue is, we don't know, because all we know is that Foota has spent Christmas, he has spent New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and on top of that, things are looking like he's going to be sitting there for a minute. What I did notice was everybody is saying, yo, free up Foota Hype, and Foota is the righteous one because, he took a hard stand against homosexuality. As a heterosexual man, I think he has his right to say, yo, I like the lifestyle there, but I myself said, you just left people to do them thing and you do your thing. Anyways, I don't think that has anything to do with Foota case. I think his case more has to do with his legal status as far as marriage goes and paperwork straight and all this other stuff. So he went before the judge, and we thought he would have walked, and it ended up being that it says that all the charges were dropped against him, but the judge still ordered him to remain in custody. Chrome Detention Center, O'Neill Thomas. Now we're wondering why, right? In the process of all that, though, throughout the holiday, this was December 30th, on the eve of New Year's, Foota releases a message, and this message was posted to Instagram through his artist Fully Bad, and it was also posted to Instagram through his good friend, who is also a world-renowned selector, and we're talking about Tony Mataran. And this is where I got it from. So Foota sent out a message that said here, to all my fans, followers, and well-wishers, please remember that the journey of the righteous will not be easy, but my faith in the Creator and my ancestors is as strong as a mountain. Keep me in your prayers and know that everything will be okay. Repost if you missed the viral king. Alright, I don't know about the righteous thing, but everybody says they're righteous. Anyhow, we're still wishing that Foota get out of that situation, that he's in confinement or whatever. I don't know how this is aligning with being righteous or whatever. Maybe he is implying that, I don't know. Me not going into no speculations. Right now, all we know is that there are a lot of speculations out there, but a message was also released where his family members or his family is saying, we respect the fans and well-wishers, but as of now, we want to keep this a private matter because it's a family affair. So with that said, we wish them all the best, and we hope Foota come out of that place there and get to go back to doing his thing, right? I hope things work out in his favor. Now, moving right along, the next big story that we had covered was, oh boy, Melanine, famous for his association with none other than the Great Vibes Cartel and people like Popcorn and Not Nice and other artists and producers in the music entertainment industry, which also he was a police officer in Jamaica, came to the USA, got into one big issue. Now he's here on murder charges, home invasion, robbery charges, caught on video and all this. Funny enough, Melanine and Foota Hype were brethren, or as I have heard, Someone had a rumor out there saying that Melanin was picked up at Foota barbershop, and if I can't prove it, I don't speak about it. But what I do know is this: in this icon that you're looking at right here, that young man who lost his life in that home invasion where they caught Melanin and this other youth that's all the way to the left of the screen as the perpetrators that committed that home invasion. By the way, Melanin has told law enforcement that they didn't kill anybody in there. They broke in, but when they broke in, people was already dead in there. The young man sitting on the white Lamborghini right there that you see is actually, or the white Ferrari, sorry, is actually Ray. And in this video, you get to see him up close and personal and get a whole different story as told by his best friend, brother, business partner. So go check that video out, right? One of our biggest stories so far was the impeachment of Donald Trump. Now, a lot of people were under the impression that Donald Trump impeachment meant that it was going to be one decision overnight and he would be out of office. I already said it, and I'm going to say it again. He is not going anywhere. So as we move into the new year, I believe the 6th of January, which is only 5 days away, of 2020, will start the trial. And the termination through this trial will be if he ends his term as president, packs his things and leave the White House, or if he is exonerated and all those charges brought against him are null and void and we carry on business as usual. I am willing to bet the latter of the two. Donald Trump is not going anywhere and he will still remain president. Matter of fact, I think he's going to become president again and be a second-term president. You wait and see. Now, this story right here, Jamaican family ram secrets exposed. Phone call and voice note must hear. This one was just doggone heartbreaking. I did a video where I talk about this subculture within our culture in Jamaica, and of course everybody jump on and say, it's not just Jamaica SouFLo, it happens everywhere. Well, me a Jamaican, so me think about Jamaica all the time first. I mean, like, clean up my house before me go talk about what happened in other people's house. You understand? So anyways, I have a sister who, she now lives overseas. She lives in Holland now. But she gave me a phone call and she explained everything that happened to her with concerning her older brother. Her older brother is now a JDF, a Jamaica Defense Force soldier in Jamaica, and that brother has threatened to kill her if she actually tells everything that happened. Well, she's afraid to talk because she's talking for her own betterment, her own peace of mind's sake. She wants to unburden herself. And she talk about how him sexually harassed her, molested her, pretty much rip her off. Her older brother did, while her parents used to leave her in his care, right? She would tell her mom and her dad and they would do nothing about it. In this same video is the voice note of her calling her father to confront him on the phone. And I must say that the father's action or reaction and his words telling her to get over it and it's different times now and she's stuck in the past and all this, he never denied it once. If you haven't heard this video, the video is about an hour long, but it's worth listening to every bit of this video. And trust me, someone close to you right now has either been through it or is going through it as we speak. And we're not talking about just girls, because the boys are going through it as well. And I think this is something that we need to expose and talk up about before we have too many more damaged people. Now, onto this video. Jamaican returning resident dropped dead 2 minutes after her $141,000 went missing. This story was just tragic. I believe that this couple retired, collected their life savings in cash, left New York City to go to their dream home in Jamaica, which they had already built, to start their new life. On their way there, they're older. Them say, we don't trust bank, so they're not going to use no banking institutions in Jamaica to keep their money. Them walk with the money cash. Anyway, they had a police officer escort them from the airport to their home. On the way to their home, police pick up his brethren, claiming his brethren car breakdown somewhere else. By the time the couple got to their home, $141,000 was missing. There's a whole lot of lessons in this video for everybody. I'm just going to leave it at that. Go check out that video in particular. All right. Now, This one didn't sit too good with many, and I realized that it's because many people are cheating, or at some level of cheating. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be touching someone, physically having sexual intercourse with someone, kissing someone, looking in their eyes and all that for you to be cheating. You know what I'm saying? If you are having to hide stuff on your device, your phone, or your computer, laptop, that you can't let your spouse see, then you are already cheating, okay? Now, this video is very interesting, especially for those of us who are in a relationship. You should really watch these videos because this one has the 5 phone rules for a relationship. And I'm telling you right now that you might be one that is being bamboozled and convinced that it's okay for your partner to have a locked phone around you that you do not have access to and will never get the password to. You better believe that there's a reason why they want it that way. All right, moving right along. This one now. Jamaica doubled the number of U.S. troops lost in Iraq and Afghanistan wars combined. Listen to me. 11,000. Let that number sink in and marinate as we march into the new year. And we have not gotten the number in yet as how many people were murdered in Jamaica for 2019. That number should come out sometime this week because we are at the beginning of 2020. But there has been an 8-year gather-up, and that 8-year gather-up led to over 11,000 Jamaicans were murdered in the last 8 years. Over 11,000. Wow. I mean, I don't know what to say. Over 11,000 were murdered, but check this out. There's going to be somebody that said, oh, you still make Jamaica look bad. Another person is going to say, so flatter nothing, man. It happens everywhere. Oh, man. We're so in denial that it's a shame. This is a good video to watch because we really got in depth and spoke about some things, how our law enforcement officials are operating in the way they are because they're probably under threat. You got to remember that they live on the island. So even if you're a police officer, strong criminals know where your children go to school, where your wife go to church, where you live, all that, right? So they're at the mercy of those who are more powerful than those who are elected to protect us. And then we talk about those who are elected to protect us, our high-class politicians who they're not affected by any of this. So because they're not affected, there is no immediacy, no urgency to come about with change. And this is also a good population control device. Think about it. 11,000 in 8 years? That is just friggin' crazy. Iraq and Afghanistan, US didn't lose so much soldiers there. Alright, so this one now. Plum Plum. Now you imagine a star soccer player loses her life, right? And remember, she lost her life over foolishness, because she was stabbed to death and it was about a cell phone. Of course, there's another story there where it was about a lover trying to get into a cell phone and jealousy, and she was getting ready to leave and go live in the US because she had a scholarship here at a university here, which she would have been taking up this January, this month we're in now. Anyhow, she lost her life and she was being put to rest. When the videos have circulated online, and I have some of the videos of how her funeral turned into a war zone, like gunshots being fired, man gets stabbed in the neck, all kind of something like that. And it was just heartbreaking to see the escalation of that situation. Coffin couldn't fit into the hole that it was, that she was supposed to be buried in. The coffin couldn't fit into the grave, and they cement over the inside of the grave. So they had to break off parts of the coffin, and they were standing on it, trying to push it down in there, and it never got down in there. And man, I get antsy, and women are getting antsy and saying, yo, them are gonna box this person in them face and all this other kind of stuff. And then it turned out into a man getting stabbed in his neck, and he ran to his neighborhood because he works in the surrounding neighborhood of over Dovecot where she was buried. And his people came, and you're not gonna just stab my family member like that in their neck and get away with it. So them light up, gunshot up the place. And we must remember that the world was watching too, because she was a reggae girl. And football, which is soccer for us, it is the biggest sport in the world. So let that sink in as well while we misbehave, Jamaica, that the world has its eyes on us. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, and again, another story of pretty much doom and gloom, same way. Irie, Jamaica ain't so Irie anymore. And this one was basically some voice notes that were telling us an account out of Jamaica of incidents that had happened over the Christmas holidays to the New Year's 2019 leading up into 2020 that major news entities in Jamaica did not carry, right? So home invasions, robberies, and even gunmen blocking roads and robbing truck drivers and so on and so forth. These kind of things, it was not carried in the major news. And this story basically had civilians giving an account as to what they're going through on a daily basis in Jamaica, right? And we talked more about that in this video as well, of how the place has changed and what you can do to protect yourself. Now, on a lighter note, Vybz Kartel drops a song and video, Then You and Me, and takes the whole freaking year of dancehall. I'm telling you, this is the most powerful song for the year in dancehall music. Don't get me wrong, you know, Coffee did her thing this year. She had her big song. I didn't look at it though as a dancehall song, so don't throw Coffee in there. On the dancehall scene though, anybody who has ever been in love or in a tight relationship that was tumultuous and you can't leave but you don't want to stay and them kind of feelings there, then this one is for you and you can relate and it will resonate to you whether you are young or you are old. The video, we did a full review on it. The man rip out him heart and give it to her. You want me heart? Seat ya. Seat ya. Man, that was so powerful. You gotta go see that video. Alright? Now, another good news. Young man here, he's a security guard, right? All the ladies, them jump on me thing and I say, oh, he's so handsome and all this SouFlo. I don't know, people. Reach out to him if you want to reach out to him. I don't watch man, so I don't know. But what I do know is the brother is honest and you can tell that he was raised in a good way. Cause ain't too many people finding $200,000 or close to 200,000. It was $170,000 plus dollars he found in cash over the Christmas holidays, leading into Grand Market Christmas, and he made sure that he did his due diligence, found out whose money it was by scouring security cameras in the area and finding the individual and returning the money to the individual. And for that, a lot of people are saying honesty is the best policy, youth. Big up yourself. And like I said in the video, I can't promise you me would I do the same, especially if bills did kill me. But manners and respect to him, same way. Alright. And last but not least, another one of those Dear SouFlo stories. This brother now tell me, say, him left his wife in Jamaica, right? And his wife is 32 and he's 21 years old. And immediately I said to myself, red flag. Me not leave no woman in Jamaica. Not at all. Plus you're 21 and she's 32. A 32-year-old woman from Jamaica, lived in Jamaica her whole life. Me not such a fuck, you know, I'm just saying that she probably is well versed and experienced. You know what I'm saying? And this 21-year-old hadn't reached those levels yet. So anyway, how the story turned out, again, he's asking the audience and asking me, SouFLoTV, and this is someone that I spoke to in person and FaceTime, and then we decided, okay, and him sent me pictures and everything, and then we decided, okay, I'm going to do the video, and in the video, I'm going to give you my opinion. He said, SouFlo, me look up to you, as a big brother, you know, because I'm only 21, you know, and I got married at 20, and me look up to you, and I would have really liked to know your opinion, because as much as she did me wrong, I don't want to walk away from this relationship because I don't believe in divorce after marriage, right? But honestly, if you listen to this whole story, majority of the people will tell this. We're telling him to run away from this. It's funny though that there were like one or two women in the comment section who were saying, "Oh, women get lonely too. Forgive her. Enough man cheat on woman and them the woman hold it and forgive them." That's not their story. This is his story individually. So he's not doing this for others. He's doing this for himself. Anyway, Leave your comments in the comment section below and enjoy your 2020. Let it be progressive and productive. I'm out.